Julia Kirt. I'm from Oklahomans for the Arts, and we're a statewide art advocacy organization. And we're trying to get artists, creatives, and people who support the arts to come together and speak for public policy and funding that helps the arts. And so we're trying to get artists and creatives to come to the state capitol for Oklahoma Arts Day so they can speak to their elected officials and show kind of the priority our state should put on the arts.
The Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art has participated in Oklahoma Arts Day at the Capitol for several years now because it's an opportunity for us to join with other arts supporters from around the state.
It's always just a really great day. It's a lot of fun to see all of those arts groups around the rotunda, just mingling and talking with each other, and then having the chance to go sit down with our legislators and talking to them and inviting them by our tables to tell them why public support for the arts is so important in the state.
Public funding plays a vital role in funding the educational mission of the museum. For instance, the Oklahoma Arts Council actually since 1991 has funded our Partner Project, which is a program that brings about 1,100 fourth grade students from Norman Public Schools to the museum. They interact with our permanent collection and special exhibitions, and then they're inspired to make a studio art project from their visit.
We know that public funding makes a big difference for art events, arts programs, arts education, and that policies can make a big difference for artists and creatives being able to make their events happen.
And there's so much opportunity that we can really make a great impression artistically, and we are making a great impression artistically.
Due to budget cuts, state budget cuts, public school budget cuts, that there are a lot of services that arts groups can kind of help take up the reins on, especially when it comes to things like arts education and arts opportunities for children, which is so important.
We are proud to be among the many organizations that benefit from public funding from the arts. And again, this is just an opportunity for us to showcase how much we value the Oklahoma Arts Council and how they benefit the Norman community, especially through our Partner Project.
It's important to talk to our legislators about the arts because public funding plays a vital role in providing the arts for the community. A lot of the times we want to rely on private funding, or we think that the arts somehow kind of fund themselves. We really need public funding to make these programs happen.
So whenever I see public art, instead of wondering whether it's pretty or not, I start wondering how it got paid for and whether there was some kind of authorizing environment it had to go through to get put up there, and what kind of process the artist had to go through. Was it easy for them? Was it hard for them? Who helped them along the way? And that's why I think public advocacy is really important, so that we get policies and funding in place that really help artists and move their projects, move their events, move their ideas along.
Public funding for the arts is important because you're investing in that creation and that documentation of your culture and your cultural identity. To me, that's what's so important about public support for the arts, is really saying that we believe that this is important to our identity as a community.
So we're trying to get artists to come to the Capitol and arts supporters so that they can speak up for public policy that recognizes them and their value in communities.
Oklahoma Arts Day is always a fun event with like-minded individuals and organizations, again, coming together and celebrating the arts in Oklahoma.
Sometimes people don't realize that this is open. Anybody can come to this. There's often a lot of school groups that are just visiting the Capitol that day anyhow, and then kind of happen to get to see all of these arts opportunities that are across the state and the different organizations. But it is important to let everybody know that this is a great place to come and see everything that the state has to offer.
The event also serves as an opportunity to demonstrate to our legislators how important it is that public funding for the arts continue to increase rather than decrease because of its positive impact on the economy and the cultural life of Oklahoma.
And so we're encouraging people to become advocates and really speak up for your profession, your interests, and what you think is important in your community. It doesn't have to be a specific piece of legislation. Like, you can just be talking about what you think is important and how you hope that they'll understand that in your community the arts and arts events make a big difference.